We are live. So this is Jasmeet Bhatia, Managing Director, Landmark Global Learning Limited. And today also we have a special guest, Mr. Bipin Nalenda from Centennial College. It's a public college, very renowned college in Toronto. So I have visited Centennial College many times. So today we are grateful that Bipin is with us, telling us the real situation, on ground situation of Canada. And we'll be asking him some tough questions because Canada is tough right now for students. So I want to ask Bipin some tough questions so that we can add, we can get really, really on ground information about what is going on in Canada. So first of all, thank you, Bipin, for joining our live session. And I want tell us more about something introduction. Actually, Centennial College doesn't need an introduction, but tell us something about college, and also tell us about you know Canada right now. Why Canada?
Sure, sure. Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Jasmeet Bhatia, and thank you for Landmark Global Learning Limited to give this platform. About me, as you have introduced, my name is displaying. My name is Bipin. I am the recruitment manager and partnership. And at the same time, about Centennial, well, when we say it's renowned college, it's the first public funded college in the biggest province of Ontario, biggest province of Canada, which is Ontario. We were formed in 1966. We have our own four campuses. Every campus is dedicated for a certain cluster of programs. We have 80 plus programs which are aligned with PGWP. When we say why Centennial, well, I will say that we are ranked number one in terms of employability, which is one of the biggest elephant in the room. Like employability, we speak about so much of uncertainty. We are ranked number one in Canada, number four globally. We are also number one college in terms of paid internship. So the kind of co-op or internship what we offer during the studies and during the tenure of the study, this is something which is exclusive for the students who wants to continue their journey with Centennial. We are located in Scarborough, which is also a prime location for international student. Not exactly in downtown, 30 to 40 minute drive from downtown, which makes it as a prime location for international students. So there are many USPs of Centennial College. We are giving scholarship for students up to $5,000, no application fees. And these are certain things which make Centennial as one of the prime choices for international students.
Yeah, that's great. See, actually, Centennial College has a huge campus, and right now we had 8 campuses before. So right now, how many are operational, Bipin?
Oh, no, we always had five, and now it is four campuses. Unfortunately, we had to close down one of the campuses, but that has been shifted to our main campus progress. So we have four campuses and one learning site.
Okay, that's great. That's great. So, see, Vipin, right now, see, Canada is changing, and demographics is changing, geopolitical situation is changing, and visa success rate is changing, too many things changing about Canada. So, what makes Canada a strong study destination today, and why is now the right time for international students to choose Canada? What is your take on it?
Sure. Sure. Jasmine, it's a very good question. Now, I will ask one question to the audience. When a student is looking to study abroad, what are the factors they should be evaluating themselves? Like, see, I am promoting Canada, I am promoting Centennial. It's very obvious I will be telling all the good things about a destination. And exactly with you and your team, whoever wants to promote a particular program, they will give the good points. But I think this is where the students and the parents have to do a self-evaluation. What are the four major factors a student should consider when they are looking to study abroad? One is the affordability, which is a very, very important part. I might want to get into the best destination, best institution, but if I don't have the affordability, and if you compare the affordability of a Canadian education, you can say it's much, much less than the 30-40% compared to some of the other popular destinations. So affordability, Canada is a right tick. Then comes the eligibility criteria. Eligibility criteria for most of the public funded colleges or universities are very, very reasonable. Like for us example, we can take students with 50% aggregate, and the IELTS are also very, very generic. Now coming to the eligibility criteria, which is also very, very I can say not so stringent. The immigration policy, the entire world says immigration policies are very tough for Canada, but let's compare. When I say immigration policy, it is not only restricted to visa. What is the ROI? What is the return on investment? Like let's say a student who is going to Canada at this stage, they are the best, they are best placed to have a brighter future in Canada. Why? Because Canada is in a stage where they are reforming everything to best suit the international student. So the immigration policies, even now, if you put it in Google, which is the best country in the world for immigration, Canada comes number one. And then
Yeah.
safety. I don't have to say about the safety. You may see some small news here and there, but then still considering Canada the second largest country in the world, safety is also one of the best, a place for the international students. It's in Canada. So these are the
Mm,
four major factor, and when you see Canada gets a green tick for all four of them. So this
mm,
explains why Canada still remains as a top destination for international students.
mm, mm. So definitely, I agree with you. See, I've been to Canada many times, and I feel being accepted is one thing you feel in Canada. So your community is being
Yeah.
accepted in Canada. So see, I from your experience, what qualifies? What are the qualities or skills do the students need to
Mhm.
succeed academically or professionally in Canada? What students should have it in them that they are able to succeed in Canada.
See, this is one thing which I get all get this question many times from the students, sir. What I should be prepared with so that when I go to Canada, I get the best job or I have a better career in Canada. Now, Canada is a very student-friendly environment. I can say that. Let's say a 12th grade student. A 12th grade student can start a lot of program, unlike in Asia where there is a lot of pressure for students where after 12 you should pursue only degree. The education system in Canada does not push you for that kind of education. It is more on what are your choices. Like example, in India, probably someone who completes 10 plus 3 years of diploma may not be looked into the same way how someone completes a degree. But let's say in Canada, after 12, if you're doing a 2 years or a 3 year diploma, depending on what kind of programs you're choosing, it is a vocational program, it is like a skill enhancement program. You will still have the similar kind of, I can say accreditation, not accreditation, similar kind of demand in the job market. I will give the simplest example. Now, our aerospace program, which is one of the most popular programs now, considering the current era, and the government also has, announced that we are looking to enhance and build, develop our aerospace industry. Now, a student to get an M license in aircraft maintenance or aerospace program, they can do just 2 year diploma and get get the license. They don't have to do a degree. Similarly, in our avionics program, they can do a 2 years diploma or 3 years of advanced diploma, and they can still get an e-license. So many programs are built in such a way that it helps you to get the skill in a shorter duration of time and then get into the job market. And when you are over there, you can continue to pursue your further education as well. So in Canada, you really don't have to prepare something in advance when you want to study in Canada, because for a 12th grade student, you start from the basics. Of course, if you are a student who's looking for a postgraduate diploma after your degree, even then there are a lot of programs which will give you the platform where you can start from the beginning, from the scratch. This
Yeah.
is the beauty of the Canadian education system. So ideally, apart from a good language skill and the intention to complete the academic and give their best in their academic tenure is something which I can say student can pursue with.
Mm. That's great. That's great. And then, so what kind of, like you mentioned about aerospace, and aerospace is in demand in Canada.
Hmm.
So what other programs do you think that students should take up? I know there's a bouquet of 100 plus programs in Centennial colleges,
Yeah.
and I think
Yeah.
a lot of them PGWP approved also.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then what particular programs, like we cannot go through list of 100 colleges which
Yeah.
Centennial has, and I can you can stream wise for art students, non-medical, medical, and commerce student. Which are the highlight programs do you think students should take up in your college?
Uh, I have to tell you that if I go and check all my 85 plus program which are part of PGWP, these programs are in the list because these are the program which has a job market in Canada, and the government has announced that these are the skill of students we are looking to, looking forward in future. Having said that, I see that when students are making choice of their program, it is very important that they consider the current dynamics. For example, We all know that AI is taking over a lot of skills in the market. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
will just give an example of accountancy. Someone who wants to pursue their accountancy, they may have to do accountancy which is AI integrated. The traditional accountancy may not be well in demand in future. Similarly,
Hmm.
I'll say whenever you're choosing a program, ensure that these programs are AI proof. Either you take an AI to enhance your AI skills, or a program which is AI proof. When I say AI proof, the programs where AI may not take it over completely. Like example, healthcare sector. Even if there is an AI, there is a machine which can do certain operation, open heart surgery, it still needs human intervention. Aerospace
Yeah.
industry, no one can go and build. The AI may not be able to build 100%. It still remains that there is a human intervention required. So we have a lot of programs like mechanical engineering design, you know, we have production, the industry, what we say. Then we have automation and robotic, aerospace, aircraft maintenance, avionics. You just name it, and we have those programs. In fact, to an extent, I see that recent days people or students are choosing the program which is everyone is choosing for, just because there is a kind of hype in the market that these programs have better career, rather than choosing their passion. I would say always analyze and see that which program suits best for you. I will give an example: biotechnology. Biotechnology is a program where you may have advanced technology to make your job easy, but still it needs a lot of human analysis. Now, our biotechnology program, many students have been placed in the government jobs, which is one of the best careers you can choose. So we have biotechnology, biomedical engineering, automation and robotics, and some students from the arts background. We have in healthcare sectors programs like early child education, social service worker. Now, as you know, social service worker is one of the high demand program in Canada. Even though population is not as big as India, but then we have a lot of population asylum seekers in Canada, and that's why the social service worker skill is also very much in high demand. So for arts background, early child education, social service worker, development service worker, these are the programs. Someone for healthcare sector, practical nursing, we have massage therapy, we have addiction and mental health promotion, workplace wellness. So there is a wide range of program, but I would suggest students to stick to the program which they think there is a passion for in them for them.
Definitely, definitely. I like a lot of students come to me and we tell them, they tell us, you know, that I want to do early childhood education. I said,
Yeah.
you are a commerce graduate, and then
Yeah.
why do you want to do early childhood education? He said, like, I'll get PR, if I
Yeah.
do early childhood education. But I said, you will get PR in any program if you will
Yes.
put your heart into it. But if
Yes.
you are just doing early childhood education and you don't like the program, you will get 40% in early childhood education because you don't like that program. Then
Yeah.
what's the point of doing early childhood education? So
Exactly.
yeah, so I was talking to students right now, meeting a lot of students personally myself, and a lot of students have a lot of queries when they're choosing what Canada. So we have a question that how many marks or percentage is required for aerospace and aviation program?
Wonderful question. And this gives me an opportunity to say something more about Centennial College. Like, many programs, engineering program, as you know, that in Canada, in Ontario, colleges don't accept without math, because math is an important component for any engineering program. So we are one of those very few colleges where math, if a student does not have in a 12th grade, we have for most 99% of our program, we accept student with an additional math test, which we allow student to take it for free at this moment. Usually there is a charge of $90 for taking this
Mhm.
admission test. So if you don't have math in your science or in your management, still you can take this math test and get qualified for our engineering program, including the biotechnology. So this is the beauty of Centennial. And how basic or how tough these tests are. These tests are, to the level of 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grade, and we have sample of these kind of tests on our website, so students can prepare for 2 3 days and then give this test so that they can qualify. Now, coming to
Hmm.
another beauty of Centennial, what are the grades? As I said, 50% is the minimum grade what we look for most of our engineering program. But having said that, the better the score, the better for us also to assess your file. Now, let's say in a 12th grade student, a management student wants to get into engineering program, and ideally in Asia or in India, we do not allow that kind of experience where a student from a commerce stream now can get into a science background or an aviation program or an aerospace program or a biotechnology program. The beauty of Centennial is if you take this additional math test, you can still qualify for this program because we believe that 12th grade is a very early stage where students can take decision to change their stream. Example, I have an example where I spoke to a student saying that I took 12th commerce because thinking that there is a wide scope of business management in my future, but now I realize that the entire world is running towards STEM, AI, and aviation. Now I wanted to change, but unfortunately my home country does not allow this option to move from commerce to science. However, Canada allows this, and especially Centennial allows it with just an one additional math test. So I would like to shift from a management to an aviation program, and we could do that. This is the beauty of Centennial. So how much score is required? 50% aggregate, and in your core subject 50%. But if it is like little here and there, you can connect with landmark in global learnings, and we can see if we can make some exceptions.
So definitely, so you can change. There's another question. Student done GNM in 2022 and has 6.5, no band less than 6. Early childhood education program. Can they take admission?
They can definitely take admission. They are definitely qualified for this. But at the same time, this is exactly where I am coming to. Probably certain students are looking for early child education, thinking that it's a better PR. But as you also mentioned, that it doesn't depend on the program. It depends on every program, whatever program you take, how much heart you put in academic, and how you progress in your career after completing the program really matters for your PR. It is something which can happen organically if you follow all the protocols what is required. I would say someone who has done a journal nursing, the best suited program for that student will be development service worker or a practical nursing program. Now, practical nursing program have a very high requirement, let's say physics or chemistry at 75, English at 75, biology at 75, math at 75. If you don't have math, you can take additional math test. For some reason, let's say you're not qualifying for practical nursing, we have a program called as development service worker. Now, what is development service worker? Many people don't know about this program. There was a very high demand of personal support worker. Even an IT professional wanted to go into the personal support worker, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, personal support worker is a 1 year program and may not be very suitable for an international student. So, development service worker is a kind of upgrade of personal support worker where you are a caretaker of patients who are dealing with autism, Alzheimer, mental disorder. A very niche skill, very high in demand, very good for your future in Canada and globally. So, I can say that, development service worker, practical nursing, addiction and mental health is a better choice than early child education for someone who has done a GNM. Of course, if you have passion towards early child education, then you can pursue further with the same program.
Yeah, definitely. So I have done 12th and after 3 years polytechnic diploma in electrical engineering. Can I opt for fast track programs?
I have done 12th and after 3 years polytechnic. So if you have done 12th and a 3 years of diploma, you definitely qualify for a fast track program. Now, what is fast track program is something which many people don't understand. Fast track programs, the students who are eligible for a fast track program should have completed minimum of 15 years of education. That is 12 plus 3 years of polytechnic diploma. So if you have done it, your education is 15 years. So what is fast track program? Fast track programs are designed in such a way for graduate or a 15-year educated student where you skip the basic level of studies and you move into the advanced stage at the second year of the program directly. So if you have completed 15 years of education, you enter into the third semester directly. I would suggest go for electrical engineering technology fast track because let's say you get into the third semester and then you complete third and fourth semester with better grades. Let's say 3 out of 4, you don't bunk the college more, that is 80% of your attendance. You can opt for 8 months of cooperative study, which is very commonly known as co-op. What is co-op for the audience who don't know? Co-op is just like internship in Canada along with your studies, related to your studies, but there's a difference. The internship, what you understand in India, we might get a stipend, but in co-op, you're working for almost 8 months with Centennial education with a full-time employer for a full-time salary for 8 months. Now, 8 months, when I say just Understand, you're building 8 months of working skills, you're getting practical knowledge. 8 months you're earning full-time salary. And when I'm giving you the full-time salary, I will give a small calculation for your homework. 40 into 17.86 per week. This is the minimum amount what you can earn during your full-time job.
Hmm.
Now, understand, after 8 months of internship, you come back and complete your fifth and sixth semester. So fast track program is very good because you complete your fourth semester, you get an advanced diploma plus 8 months of networking, work experience, and salary, which can cover your last two semesters to a certain extent. So I
Hmm.
feel that any graduate student looking for fast track program, they should definitely go for it. Not only electrical engineering, we have automation and robotics, we have biotechnology, we have AI. All these programs are available at a fast track option.
Hmm. 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 So, what are the chances of obtaining Canada PR after completing a PG diploma following a
Okay.
12th grade? So, this
I
is a confused
I will
question. Yeah.
I will answer that question. So the chances of
Uh,
obtaining a PR, if someone is promising you that you will 100% get a PR, it is not something anyone who can promise because it
it
completely
depends case to
decide.
case basis. Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of things to be followed, but I will say, more than concentrating on the PR, I will say concentrate on the diplomas or advanced diploma what you're going to do in Canada. After that, during the studies, concentrate on studies, balance the studies according to your part-time job, but study should be your first priority. Get good grades. If you get good grades, you'll be placed in good companies, get the exposure. And then PR is something which can happen organically if you follow all the protocols and meet the requirement. So don't keep PR as the first priority. Concentrate on what all the things you should be following, and then PR can happen organically. I don't think so anyone can give you that kind of information that what are the chances. If someone is giving it, they're not giving you the right advice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Second
PRC
question.
depends on case to case basis. What is the student visa success rate right now? So difficult to assess and a difficult question right now. So,
But
Vipin, would
I
you
would
like to?
like to answer that. I would like to answer because, see, just like how you have this myth that there are no
Yeah.
PRs in Canada, which is just a myth. As I said, people who are following the right protocols are still in Canada and they are not done with the dream of getting settled over there. Canada
Yeah.
is still remaining as the number one country for immigrants. You know, if you go in Google, not don't believe my word, you just search in Google, it still comes as Canada. Similarly with visa, visa is not something which is getting rejected on a will and wish of Canada. It is just that there are certain trends which are going on. Canada wants to ensure that whoever is landing in Canada, they have a brighter future and they get their ROIs back. Now, when I say that, this is the right time for student to go to Canada because when now the government is in a stage where it is reforming its policy to ensure it best suits the international student. So imagine if you go to Canada now to pursue any education after 2 3 years, all the policies will be very friendly for the international students. So this is the right time. The success rate of visa, probably if you do everything right now it is going around 40 to 50% success rate. When I say everything right, choose the right program, have the right SOP, show your right finances, source of funds, and then at the same time you have to pay at least 1 year fees, which we are insisting many times. Show the GIC or the right fund in your account, which more than me, I think Landmark Global Learnings are experts in that. They have their own team to help you and guide you. So if you follow all the protocol, there are good chances that you will have success. Will you have success in one go? No one can guarantee that. So do not lose hope if you get one rejection. There are ways where you can challenge the decision of IRCC. You can reapply. And how much it cost for you to reapply? I think if you compare with any other popular destination, you're hardly paying 10,000 rupees to reapply, which is, I can say, 5 to 6 times less than some of the other, visa application fees. So you're not paying more for reapplication. You within 3 months you can get the results of three attempts. So I think considering some of the other popular destinations which are more stringent in all this aspect, Canada still remains very friendly for international students. And more than worrying on the visa success rate, doing everything right is important, and that you can leave it to Landmark Global Learning, who can give you that guidance.
Yeah, definitely. So definitely, see, we have been into this business from 20 years and we have 16 branches right now. and definitely we can give you that guidance. Next question is healthcare related program, is the care clinical placement inculcate or do I need a national exam?
Okay, most of the healthcare sector program, you will not be dealing with, during your studies with a real-time patients. When I say real-time patient, let's say practical nursing. Until you reach and complete certain program, you may not be dealing with a real-time patient. It will be under the observation. After you complete, we have certain placement options from the college, and that will depend on the field of openings available at that time. As I said, Centennial is the number one college in terms of employability. It shows the kind of quality of education we gave it to the student and how we place them in the right industry. So, and we have
Hmm.
number one or more than 90% employer satisfaction survey rate also. When what do you mean by employer satisfaction rate? That means when we go to the employer where we placed our student and we check what is the quality of the student, we got more than 90%. That means we are in merit in terms of the quality of the students we placed. So some of the healthcare sector program you may not be placed in the clinical industry directly because there are certain license and other things required. But most of our program will help you to get those license in future.
So what is the cost of living in Canada?
Depends on your luxury. Now, as per the government, it says 22,000, 500 or 800 something, approximately $23,000,
Which is a good
around
amount.
12.
It's a very, very
Yeah.
good amount, I think so.
Very,
Yeah.
very good amount. But I will also say that if you know to cook, you can save a lot of money. If you can share rooms, and if you are comfortable sharing the room, it is much, much reasonable. I will always say that the luxury you choose will define the expenses of living expenses in Canada. Having said that, just to give you a hint, in Scarborough is one of the very popular destination because it's not in downtown, so the living cost becomes much, much reasonable. The rent can be somewhere around $700 to $1,000 depending on what kind of luxury you choose. The food expenses will depend on what kind of food you prefer. Do you know to cook? All those factors. Transportation is very cheap because we have bus coming right into our campuses, so living cost is manageable. So
Yeah.
not as high as some of the other popular destinations. So it's very, very manageable.
How much tuition fees is for aerospace and aviation program?
So the best part is whether you take a early child education or any engineering program, it is approximately $20,000, which is around 12 lakhs Indian currency per year.
Yeah. So it's approximate, but right now you were saying you're giving some scholarships to the students.
Yes. So if you're choosing a 2-year program, we give $3,000 entrance level scholarship provided that you pay the deposit of $2,000 within 10 to 12 working days. So if you pay this amount, $2,000 will be deducted as a scholarship from the first year and 1,000 in the second year. But let's say you do an advanced diploma of 3 years, which is like let's say aerospace manufacturing technology program, then you get $4,000 scholarship, which is 2,000 first year, second year 1,000, third year 1,000. And I will always say that if someone wants to understand which program is better, our advanced diploma program is considered similar to our degree program when it comes to the certain points for the permanent residency. So if you do an advanced diploma, it will help you for your a future in Canada as well.
What is the bookkeeping program you have and what is the requirement for it?
Unfortunately, as you know, for diplomas, we do not have any bookkeeping as a part of it. It might be available in masters, so we do not have any program in bookkeeping. However, for management student, if they are looking into any management program, we have a degree program which is newly introduced. Again, the best part of this is the degree programs are also almost equivalent to a diploma cost. We have a honors of business administration in international business management 4-year degree program, wherein the fees is around $20,000 per year, and you have a $5,000 scholarship for this program.
So with so many options available, and so many Ontario colleges, BC colleges, and Alberta colleges, what are the three factors students should prioritize when selecting a program and when selecting an institute? What do you think?
I think the first and the most important thing I told you before making a choice of institution or a program. First, when you choose a destination, affordability, eligibility criterias, and immigration policies and safety. Then, when you're choosing an institution, location plays a very vital role. The placement option, because the biggest question is that I heard there are no jobs. Now it is definitely a competitive market in Canada. So get into the checks of where is it located, how much job opportunities are around. Now, if Centennial is so popular and number one in terms of employability, it explains that students who graduate from us are happy. So employability is one of the factor which you should be considering. The type of program. Now I said aerospace. Now we have a dedicated campus in Downsview for aerospace and aircraft maintenance programs only. Like it will not be something like a stimulated experience for student. They will be working on a real aircraft when they are doing this program. They'll be working on a real aerospace parts, and this is the beauty of the program. So you have to understand the infrastructure, you have to understand the location of the location of the institution. I'll give you an example. Let's say if some student is staying in Brampton, and now the student wants to choose Scarborough institution. Technically it is very difficult for student to travel from Brampton to Scarborough every now and then.
Yeah,
So
very far.
it's not about when I say location, Scarborough is the best location. It also depends on where you have decided to stay. Now many students choose the location because they are having some relatives over there, they have their cousins over there or some friends over there. So
Hmm.
make a choice which is more wise. And if you are confused about how to choose a destination or how to choose an institution, I think that's where you play a very good part for guiding the students in the right direction. And the
Yeah,
program, of course, don't go for a program which has a demand right now at this stage for this era. Choose a program which you think after 3 4 years will have a high demand. AI proof programs. Understand where the workforce demands are moving in. According to that, align your interest and choose a program. That will help students.
I have learned today a new word, Bipin, AI proof programs. Huh? We need to work on that. We need to see which are the AI proof programs,
I think
and
healthcare sectors are definitely AI proof, because you know automation cannot give you empathy, sympathy, that human touch. Mechanical engineering, the robots can prepare, but unless you give some prompts, it cannot prepare a machine. So there are many programs which are AI proof. Yes, a lot of management programs are becoming completely taken over by AI, which I don't have to tell the industry. Everyone knows about it, but I think that's why we say that choose a career which will not be taken over completely by AI, and that's something which students should choose.
definitely, definitely. So my last question to you, Vipin, today, it's been a very informative session. What kind of academic and personal support, is available for the students from
Mhm.
Centennial College? When, especially when they arrive in the first year, they need some support from the college. I know the facilities are great, but kindly explain what kind of are available for the students. Yeah.
Wonderful. So, Jashveer, I will answer Mr. Bhatia's question first and then answer your question also about the processing time. So, ISA, we say International Student Advisors. We have a team dedicated only for taking care of the international students. When a student takes an admission with Centennial, they are assigned with a success advisor. Who are the success advisor? I call them as a mentor. I call them as a godmother or a godfather in terms of giving the personal touches of guidance to the student. Uh, Before they arrive, there are orientation to explain the students about do's and don'ts, what to carry, what not to carry, what are the things they should be careful about, what are the things they should be ensuring that they carry all those things. So there are orientation which is we say pre-departure or before they arrive, there are orientation which we encourage students to take part. This is just a one part of it. Now, our international success advisors, they also play a very vital role for everything. I can give a silliest thing. We get a lot of students at the initial stage of their presence in Canada. They feel the homesickness, which is very obvious, right? Like student come, they feel it's a new world, new country, new people, new food, and they start missing home. So when they have that, they can book appointment with our career counselors. They can speak to them, take some guidance, and the career counselors will understand what are the exact root cause for their homesickness. Is it their own people? They try to connect them with the community. These are the kind of personal touches we have. When I say these are the kind of personal touches, apart from this, let's talk about the border pass services what we have. Now, how do border pass help the student? After they graduate, let's say they are looking for postgraduate work permit, they don't have to go searching for a lawyer. Our border pass team will guide the student for free. So for the postgraduate work permit, not only for the postgraduate work permit, the students who graduate from Centennial, if they are looking for lawyers for their permanent residency also, we have a free guidance service for them. So these are the kind of additional services. Let's say a student is facing issues during their academic classrooms and they are not able to gauge with some subject, and now they are facing challenges in understanding certain courses, certain subject. We have 4 hours of free tutor service per week for every student can enroll. So
Great.
these are some of the additional services what we provide for students.
Great, great, great. I have seen those, cubicles, especially for the new students, and if they need any
Yeah.
help, there are a lot of cubicles on campus on Centennial College where they can talk to an ISA,
Yeah.
and discuss with them. And there are like a lot of places if they need any psychology help also,
Yes.
so they
Yeah.
can talk to them, and they can have a mentor. I think so in the
Yes.
college they
Yeah.
can talk to them
Yes.
also. So it's really great that a college is providing like a university level, services to students who are going there. And I will definitely advise students. And there's another. What is the processing time, turnaround time? Uh,
Within 2 working days max. Like if you have submitted all the complete documentation within 2 working days max, and we are not charging application fees if they are applying through Landmark Global Learning. So the $125 Canadian dollar, which is an application fee for any program, they can apply it for free if they apply through you.
so which are the intakes? And I have heard your college is also offering master program right now. Isn't that the master
No,
program?
we are not providing a master's program now, but we do have plans to introduce
Launch.
applied masters in coming days, but it is in the pipeline, right? Not right now.
Okay. And you know what? There's another question. I'll take it. The student is saying, I have overall six band, 65%. I am two-time refused from Humber College. Early childhood education. What options are me for me? So I would like to advise you to visit our office and bring up with your profile the forms, the SOP, and all the documents which you submitted with your application, or maybe get in touch with us at 90413 90412. You can call us and we can do a Zoom session with you also and explain all your queries. So Bipin, in the end, would you like to say something to students and the parents?
I would say that do not believe the myths and the media completely. It may be
Yeah,
showing you the half truth. So that's why
yeah.
you always approach the experts. And Landmark Global Learning has been in this industry for almost 2 decades now. So they are the right people to understand the real facts of the industry. Please do visit them. Keep hope, follow the instruction, follow the protocols, the steps which have been given by Landmark, so that you do not make mistakes. And Canada is still one of the best places to live in and one of the best places for international students. So we will all like to see your kids in Canada and pursue their best career, and keep Centennial in mind.
Definitely, definitely. So thank you so much, Bipin, for taking out time. And I've started this a regular, regular this live session so that students can get real information from
Yeah.
regional directors and people who are in India or in Canada representing these institutes. It's a real time information. And when we
Yeah.
do fairs, also, you cannot take out such a huge time and answer these
Yeah.
questions. So
Yeah,
thank
they're
you so
very
much,
true.
Bipin. Yeah, thank you so much. And we'll keep on doing this activity, maybe a
Sure.
bi-monthly activity. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmeet ji, and thank you, Landmark. You all have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you for
Yeah.
the platform. Bye
Thank
bye.
you. Thank you. Bye-bye.